Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth. And I have my microphone nowhere near me. Hopefully that's fixed it. So, today we're going to be playing Trellis. Now, I must confess, despite the fact how much I love plants, if there is such a thing as a black thumb, that would probably be me. So, like, funny story, the first plant that I got so I moved out of my parents' house for university, got a plant. It was an air plant. It requires basically nothing. And I managed to kill them. I say them because, I got a few in quick succession. I just, murdered each one after the other. I haven't necessarily learned over the years how to cater for plants. So, this particular puzzle may end up being quite challenging for me, given it's all about plants, trellises, gardens, etc. Ironically, my mother actually does have a green thumb, and now my mother-in-law does have a green thumb, but somehow neither me nor Mrs. Sleuth have been blessed. One thing that we've been successful at, by the way, is keeping terrariums. So one of these sort of sealed terrariums where just don't open it, leave it. It's a self-contained ecosystem. We've managed to keep, a handful of these for over 2 or 3 years at this point. Anyway, really looking forward to this particular puzzle. It is from James Sinclair's Artisanal Sudoku series, and I've got a backup puzzle again, but neither of them are actually from James Sinclair. So we've got, a community of constructors are actually contributing to this week's. Anyway, let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule set with Trellis by Katie Splendor. Fairly sure we've actually featured a puzzle from Katie before. And the following set of rules, you can clearly see kind of the reference to, I guess, a very decorative trellis in this case, and gardens with the green. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and then every 3x3 box. Nothing unusual here. We've got German whispers, tons of it, in fact, today. So, each digit along a green German whisper line differs in value from its neighbor by at least 5. So if this cell is 2, these two cells, the neighbors on the green German whisper line, would have to be 5 or more away. So that would be 7, 8, or 9. If this cell here was an 8, this would have to be 1 or 3. I can't repeat the same 2 in the same box to be 5 or more away from the 8. And you oscillate back and forth between low digits 1, 2, 3, 4, high digits 6, 7, 8, 9, and back and forth we go. Digits separated by an X must sum up to a value of 10. So if this cell is a 2, this would have to be an 8 to make sure that these two cells add up to 10. Digits separated by a V sum up to 5. If this cell is a 1, this would have to be a 4 so that these two cells do add up to 5. No negative constraints, so a 2 in here with, I'm going to go for, I can't put a 3 in here, a 3 in there. These two cells are clearly adding up to 5. Without a V, it's not a problem. A 7 in here, these two cells are clearly adding up to 10. Without an X, also not a problem. We've got ratio Kropki dots, digits separated by a black dot, have a ratio of 1 to 2. And again, no negative constraints. So if this cell here is a 2, this would have to be 1 or 4, so that one cell is double the other. No negative constraints, so a 3 in here with a 6 there, clearly in a 2 to 1 ratio without a black dot, absolutely achievable under today's rule sets. And then last but not least, we've got killer cages. Digits inside a killer cage are distinct and add to the number in the top left corner of the cage. So if this cell is a 5, for example, this cell would have to be a 9 to make sure that these two cells add up to 14, 8, 14, 6, etc. That's all the rules we have for today. So as always, if you want to play along, link will be in the description down below for you to do so. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Now, I'm sure you've noticed by now that the 14 cages, two cells that add up to 14, they're either 5, 9 or 6, 8, which immediately gives us polarity on this gigantic German whisper line. And I do mean absolutely gigantic. It's covering the entire screen, really. So all of these cells, I feel like I made a mistake, actually. Because it oscillates. Right, let's do this again. This is a high digit. Skip a digit. Oh yeah, I didn't skip one here. So this is high. Yeah, that's better. These are high. This is high. Then these are high and this is high. Much better. Low digits, yep, looking good. Looking good, excellent. 5 cells, sorry, a V. So these have to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, or 2, 3. These are clearly blues. Blue is for low digits, 1, 2, 3, 4. Red is for high digits, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it gives us polarity on a whole bunch of German whisper cells. I am going to extensively color this, if I'm honest. Bit trickier with these two because the only thing that's joining them is tens. Oh, well, this one, tens. Oh, low digit, that must be a high digit because to get to 10, you need 1, 2, 3, 4 with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, not 10, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are highs, these are lows. And if I can, I'm going to do the entire grid, but I think I'm going to run out. 1 high and 1 low in the 8K, so that's actually not that easy to achieve. It does remove 3 and 5 as an option. Yeah, I'm not sure I can do much more just yet. Right, what can we do with all of this information? Good question. Right, so 14 cage, it's either 6-8 or 5-9. Now, I can't make this 5 on a German whisper line. The neighbors will be 0 or 10. That's not going to work. I can't make this 6 because it would require a double 1 as a neighbor. So essentially the 5 and 6 are down here, and this is 8 or 9. Not brilliant, if I'm honest. Absolutely not brilliant. I feel like I'm missing a trick. This has to be 6 or 8. There you go, that's our break-in. On a black Kropki dot, if you think about the black Kropki dot digits, 1, 2, 4, and 8, 3 and 6, these are all the black Kropki dot valid digits. The only ones that are above 5 are 6 and 8, which is what is available in here. Now, this is important because we've just discussed that 6 can't be on these lines because it would require a neighbor of double 1. So that's got to be 8, that's got to be 4. These remaining ones are 1, 2, 3 to add up to 8. And remember, it can't be 5, so 3 is off the table. This would be 6 or 7. Again, can't have a 6 on here. So that's 7. This is 1, 2. This is a 3. This is a 2. And we definitely have more than a break-in at this point. Can't be a 6, so this is a 9. And these are 5, 6 pairs to actually complete this box. 1 and 2 would require 8 or 9. You can see we can't have the 9. That's 8, that's 2, that's 1. And the fact that this was 7 gave me the 1 and 2 earlier. In fact, all of these, I've just realized, the hexagonal shapes, they have to be from 7, 8, 9. Because 6 can't be available to double 1. And then again, they have to be from 1, 2, 3. Because it can't require a 4 with a double 9 on either side. Not 1, not 2, not 3. And then 4, 5, 6 in the middle. Not 4. Same thing again. So that's another 4, 5, 6. Again, can't be a 4. That would be a 10. This is 8 or 9. It's not an 8. That's 9, 5. And then 7, 8. That is 7. That is 8. Suddenly, like I'm catching on around what I'm meant to be doing. This is a 7, just completing the box. This is 5 or 6. Can't have 5 on a black Kropki dot. That's got to be 6. That's got to be 3. That's 1. That's 2. That's 1. That's 5. None of these are 5s. In fact, that 5 gave me 6 and 4 and 6 and 3 and 5 and 5 and 9. Lovely. 7 and 8. That 7 gives me an 8, gives me a 7. These are the 1, 2 pairs around the 7. This is the 3. This is 1 or 2 again. This is 1 or 3. Can't be a 3 inside a 6 cage. That's got to be 1. That's got to be 5. That gives me 2. That gives me 3. 7 is between the 1 and 2. These are 8 and 9. The 7 in here gave me this 9. This 1, 3 gave me this 2. This is the 4. This is the 4 again. They're all 4, 5, 6s. Like, how did I miss this at the beginning? I kind of struggled to actually break in. And then it's suddenly so obvious. This is not the... Actually, none of them are the 5. I'm looking for 4 and 6. 6 and 5. That's 4. That's 6. This is 4. We've got the 5 and 6. This is not 4 or 6. That's 5. That's 6. That's 4. That's 6. Lovely. 1 and 3. 1, 3. That's the 7, 8, 9. 1 and 2 are surely resolved. Yep, 2 and 1. Keep going. 4 and 5. That's 6. On the black Kropki dot, that's 3. That's the 4. That's 5. That's 5. That's 6. That's 5. And then I think we've done all the 4, 5, 6s, haven't we? No. This is not 4 or 6. That's 5. That's 4. Lovely. Right. With this low digit, these are highs, but they're not the 7s. Too close to the 3. That's the 7. That means this is 1, 2. That 1 gives me 2 and 1. 8 and 9, that's 9. That's 8. That's 2. Not 6, 2. And we obviously know that there's no 5 in here. So this is 1, 7. That's the 7. That's the 1. 3 is this digit. This is 8 or 9. That's 8. That's 9. We know what these are surely by now. Yeah, that's 8. That's 9. Oh, we've done 4, 5, 6. Can we do... We've got 7 in here. I need an 8 there. I need a 7 in one of these two cells. It's in here. That's the 9. Just, a mixture of Sudoku and German whisper lines. We need 1. And if I've not made any mistakes, we need a 3 for the finish. Fantastic puzzle, Katie Splendor. Thank you so much for sharing it and creating it. So, when I do an under 10-minute solve, it does mean we are going to take a look at the second puzzle. So I am going to do just that now. So this is the slightly more difficult puzzle with Foresight, and it's the alternative version, so it's got slightly more clues compared to the other puzzles. Well, I say the other puzzles. The exact same puzzle with fewer clues from James Sinclair. So we've basically covered normal Sudoku rules, arrows and thermometers and quadruples. So we're going to cover all of these quickly. Sum of the digits along an arrow is equal to the digits in the connected circle. So if these cells, for example, are 2 and 4, this would have to be a 6 because that's the sum on this arrow. It would be the same sum, as in this would come up to 6. That could be, for example, another 2, 4, or it could be 1, 5 for that matter. In fact, the fact that they're in separate boxes, I could have a double 3 and that would be absolutely fine. Thermometers, so digits on thermometers increase from the bulb end. So if this cell is a 2, for example, that's the bulb end. This would have to be 3 or higher. Doesn't have to be regular steps. The fact that this is a 3 and a step of 1 doesn't require this to be 4. That could be 5. If anything, it could be anything all the way up to 9. What I can't do at any point is put a 1 down. That is clearly now decreasing from the bulb end, and that breaks the rules. Then last but not least, we've got the quadruple circles. Digits inside a white circle must appear in at least one of the 4 surrounding cells. If a digit repeats in a circle, it must appear twice. So we got quadruple of 1, 6, 7, 8. That means that the digits 1, 6, 7, 8 all appear around it. The 6 in here means that one of these 4 cells is a 6. And as stated in the rules, the fact that there's a double 3 in here means that these 4 cells have the digit 3, well, at least twice. In this case, exactly twice. Right, that's all the rules. Going to restart the clock and see how I get on. And I admit, as I took you through the rules very quickly, I actually don't know where to get going. Can I do double 3? In fact, there is a double 3 on this arrow sum regardless. Right, let's do this. So this is 2, 3, 6, 9. We know that. There's no way I'm going to add up to 2 or 3 in here because I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4 cells. Even if I can repeat 2 of the 2 digits, let's say a double 1 and double 2, I'm already at 6. So 2 and 3 are off the table. Now, the 3, however, means that there is either a 3 this way or there is a 3 this way, which already brings me up to 6. And these two cells, whatever they are, even if they're double 1, I'm not going to get a sum that's actually 6. So long story short, that is a definite 9. That's our break in a minute in. That can't be the 3 because I've already used it. So these are the 3s. Therefore, this is the 159. In fact, not 9. Therefore, I did say not 9 and then remove the 5. Not 9 is 9. And then 5, 7, 9 in here. So that's the 9. And this is a 5, 7 pair. Doesn't help me with my 2, 3, 6, but that's fine again. Now, these two cells, I'm already at 3 on this arrow sum, which is a double 3, sorry. So it's already at 6. So these two cells have to be from 1 and 2 to be able to get to 9, as in another 3 plus the other 2 3s, so that's 9 in total. That can't be a 2, so that's the 1, that's the 2. Strangely, I mean, these are 3, 4, 7, 9. No 9s, no 9s Sudoku here. That is 9. And I was trying to disprove that this can't be 3. It can't be 3 because 3 would require a 1, 2 pair, and 2 is not available in neither of these cells. So it'd be a double 1. So 3 is off the table for sure. Question is, can't be 4 because 4 is either 1, 3, which this isn't, or it's double 2, which again, this arrow isn't. So that's 7. This is 3, 4. 2 cells that add up to 7. You know, there's a plethora of options. Don't want to drain this. Although to be fair, the fact that 3, 4 are in here means that neither of them are 3, 4 pairs. So there's only 2 options. Either it's 2 and 5 in this case, or it's 1 and 6 in this case. And then same logic, this is 1, 5, this is 2, 6, because it sees the same 1 and 2. Interestingly, so that gives me a 1, 5 pair, and then in here to complete the box, it's a 6, 8 pair. Excellent. 2's not here because of this. So 2 is in one of these 2 cells, which gives me a 6, gives me a 1, gives me a 5, gives me a 2. 6 doesn't help. 2 doesn't help. Interesting. So, essentially, because that's not 2, this is 6, 6, 7, this is 7, 8. And then we end up with a triple of 6, 7, 8 in here, with a definite 7 in one of these 2 cells. In fact, there's no 6 in here, means the 6 has to be on this side, and the 7 has to be on this side, because that would be the 8, and then on this side it's 2, 8 pair. 1 gave me a 5 and 1 had I paid attention earlier, and then the 7 gave me 5 and 7 again had I paid attention earlier. 8 gave me 6, I'm guessing, oh no, there's no thermometer here. There's a bit of rotational symmetry about the whole thing that kind of breaks in places, but kind of wondering if that's the reason why the puzzle is called Foresight, but moving on. 9 cannot be on this thermometer because that would be 10 and 11, so that's 9. And the last remaining digit is a 4. I am going to pencil mark these. They are from 4, 5, and 7. Now clearly that can't be 4 and this can't be 4 because I need to increase, and that's Sudoku. 5 or 6 in here is actually fine. And then actually no, 2, 3, 6 means that's 5. That's, hang on, I've already got 6. I am rewinding. The 4 is still correct, but the 6 is meant to be an 8. And then if this is 5, this could be 6 or 8 because it's not 5. In fact, it's not 8 because the 9 here can't have a 9. And if this is 8, this would have to be bigger. So that's 5, that's 8. These 2 cells are known. They are 5 and... How did I break this? I broke it with this 8. Sorry, I clearly am struggling with simple things right now. 5, 7. That's what I meant to say. This is the second 5, 7 in box 5. This is an 8. That is true Sudoku blindness. 7 in here can't be possible because 8 and 9 are not available. So that is 5, that is 7, and that is another 5. 5 in here needs something bigger, but 7, 8, and 9 are not available. That's got to be a 6. At least Sudoku is not screaming at me saying, open your eyes, sleuth, what are you doing? 6 and 7 are on this side, on this quadrant, because they're not in here. And then 1 and 8 are in there. These two cells are known. They include a 9, which can't be on a 2-cell arrow leading to a single cell sum. So that's the 9, and then that's the 4 to finish. And this is another 4 to finish. That gives me an 8 in here. Interesting. 8 gave me 1 and 8. Kind of used most of the variants except of this thing. No 6 in here. No 6 in either of these. 6 is in one of these two cells. You see 6, 7, and 8 are all pointing at this cell. So if 6 is in here, that would be 9, that would be 3, which is possible. 8 you can see is in one of these 3 cells. Maybe I should just move on from the variance, do a bit of Sudoku. It's often what lets me down. Not doing enough as I play. Although to be fair, it's not exactly leaping off the page, is it? 7, 6, and 8. 6 in here, no 6s, is a 6. These two cells are 2, 3 pairs. This is 1, 5, 9. Not a 1, not a 9. Again, 2-cell arrow, single cell sum. 1 and 5. Okay. We'll keep going. I say we'll keep going and I halt pretty much immediately. 1 is a 1. This is 2 and 8. That 8 gave me a 2 and an 8, which also gave me a 3 and a 2. Might allow me to complete these. I need 1 and 6 actually. No, 1 and... Come on, Sleuth. It's literally highlighted. 1 and 4. Not resolved. These 3 cells are 3, 7, and 9. Can't have a 9 on the arrow again. Same story. That's not a 7. So yeah, you can kind of see that rotational symmetry that I was highlighting earlier. It's not exactly spitting out things for us. So let's try a scenario. Let's imagine that's a 7. That would have to be bigger. That would have to be 9. That would have to be 2. All feasible. That can't be 6 anymore because this is 1 or 5. If it's 1, it would add up to 7, which is not available. If it's 5, that's 11, that's too big. So that is 6. That's not 6. That's not 9 either, because of this 9. I've got the same thing in here. That's a 3, 7 pair. That's the 9. That's the 1, 5 pair. That's the 9. So that was there easily. Double 9. So 6, 7, 8, and 9 means this cell is actually reasonably low. As low as the highest it can be is 5. So that can't be the 5. That's the 1. That's the 5. That's the 3. That's the 7. The 8 can't go in there anymore. That's the 8. Now, essentially, these two cells have a difference of 2 because of the 1 and 3. And the lowest I can make at this point is 4, and the highest I can make at this point is 5. depending on what these say. 3, 4, and then 1, 2. There's a definite 4 in these two cells. Not sure I see anything else. 8 gave me 2 and 8. Any chance these are resolved? No. So these are resolved on this side because of thermometer. No, but I resolved these. I don't know what this cell is, unlike here. Why is that? Let's have a think about it. So it's not 1. It could be 2. It could be 3. We know it's not 4 because one of this is a 4. So either 1, 3 to 4 or it's 1, 4 to 5. It's not 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So that's actually complete. I mean, when you look at this, it's a very crowded space at this point. So 1, 3, 4 would give me 2. 2, 4, 5 would give me 3. It's interesting. 2, 3, 1, 4. We have another 1, 4 in here. Another 1, 2, 3, 4 with an 8. That's the 8. This is not 1. This is 2, 3, 4. That forces this to be a 1. That is a 4. Don't know. 4 in here. I'm just kind of surprised I'm not able to resolve it from here. It feels like I should be able to. I'm going to keep going. 1s, 2, 3, 4, not here. I need another 2 sets of them. In fact, these are 2, 3, 4s. This is the 1. This is the 5. One of these is a 2. In fact, that's not a 2, kind of more obvious. No 1s, no 1s. Has to be a 1. That's 4. That's 2 apart. That's 3. That's 2. In fact, that's just 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. I think we're basically done at this point. Unusual resolution there at the end. I don't know if that's the intended path, but for me it was the more enjoyable path, so I'm going to stick to it. I need a 2, which can only be in here, a 3, that's here, a 4, a 5, a 6, and if I'm not made any mistakes, 7 for the finish. Say any mistakes, any additional mistakes. There was a few clumsy Sudokus here that we're just not going to mention. Right, that's 2 puzzles. Hope you guys enjoyed the puzzles and the video. And I'll see you back for the next one. Bye-bye for now.